and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. I'm Mage in Mischief. I guess today we are going to, well, first off, we're going to run around and talk to our companions for a bit. Hopefully that's not the whole episode, but we'll see. There might be a lot of talking to do. And, after that, we're going to go and attempt to get the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I would try to go and do stuff for the dwarves now. However, this is where I got stuck last time when I was playing. So, we will see. We will see. When it gets to that again. Hello, Mr. Alistair.
Something you need, my dear? Of course.
Where did you keep your birthright a secret?
You never asked?
Don't answer then.
All right. If you want the full explanation, I'll give it to you. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
I guess I can understand that.
I should have told you, anyway. It was important for you to know. I guess part of me liked you not knowing.
Why? What happens when people find out?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it. I certainly don't want to be king.
Well, buddy, you might end up being king. It doesn't sound stupid at all.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Arl Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's all right. I hope he's all right. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
Apology accepted.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
I feel like I was supposed to ask him about that, like, way earlier. Instead, I've waited until, who knows what the hell is gonna happen to talk to with him about it.
Something you need, my dear? Of course. Such as they are. About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. Something you need, my dear? Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
Where do you see this going between us?
Wow. You don't hold back on the hard questions, huh? I don't know where this is going. We have the Blight to think of first, don't we? Everything else just seems so distant.
If we care about each other, that's all that matters.
I agree. I don't intend to do anything to jeopardize that. Trust me.
Good. Very good. Thank you. Talk with Zev. I feel like I haven't talked with him, like, at all.
What say you?
Care to answer some questions?
By all means.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
You've never killed an innocent?
Now there's an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent? But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens. It's unfortunate, but death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end.
That's a very practical attitude.
Death happens, as we like to say. And when I get paid for it, death happens more often.
Damn, sir.
As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed. The pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
I take no pleasure in killing.
It is not pleasure, per se. Nothing sexual. It is more a
Bro, I
sense of
never said that.
satisfaction, a feeling
You're
of
the one who
power.
brought it up
Was that
first.
No matter. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Why not? You can do whatever you like.
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by, honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
Oh, I got his disapproval. Sorry, bud.
What say you?
Care to answer
By all
questions?
means.
Just tell me about your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days?
You certainly talk like you've had adventures.
Falling down a flight of stairs is an adventure. Falling into someone's bed, also an adventure. I am assuming what you're looking for are professional anecdotes. Let's see, my second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
Crows were willing to anger the circle of magi?
In Antiva, nobody is too important to escape the reach of the Crows. They've killed kings and queens. That is simply how it is. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
And she didn't try to kill you?
Well, yes, twice, actually. Then she decided to try and use me instead. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
Were you upset?
At first, yes. Well, not upset. Surprised is really a better word. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The circle of magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
These sorts of things happen to you often?
Like being spared by a benevolent mark who then helps me escape from the Crows? Yes, it does seem to happen now and again, doesn't it? It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
A wise lesson to learn.
And one that not everyone learns, I'm sad to say. But that's enough tale spinning from me for the moment. Talking about the mage has made me a bit nostalgic, I'm afraid. Ah, the good old days.
Well, I gained back what is disapproval that I lost, anyways. Let's talk to Dougie. Oh, what a good boy. Talk to Sten.
You called.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Actually, never mind.
Very well. As you wish.
Oh, come on. Is it freezing up? How about more again? Well, geez, it's a good thing I'm out in the middle of a fight and I'm just talking to folks.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Never mind. Let's see, nothing for Sten.
You witnessed the rarest of things, Warden. The Dalish stand ready to defend Ferelden.
Do you need anything?
We have assembled on a short schedule. Certain factors of equipment could be better. Crafting components would serve best. Basic ones like elf root and deep mushroom.
Well, I'll send you some more.
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
Do you need anything?
There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes.
Okay, let's talk to Wen.
What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about being a Grey Warden.
Is something troubling you?
Everyone expects so much from me.
No one said it would be easy. You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
I don't give up easily.
And that gives me hope. Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
I knew they were respected in the old days.
It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was
Oh,
enough to
I'm
rouse
picturing
a weary
that. That's
heart
rad as
and
shit.
put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Is the story of griffins in it?
Maker's mercy, it's like talking to a child.
I don't really care if there are griffins in it.
Yes, there are griffins in this story. The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums, and stood before the armies of men.
Griffins. And what happened then?
The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead, and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
I like happy endings.
This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'd like to ask her about that, but I'm not going to. As a Grey Warden, I'll never lead a normal life, will I?
No, you won't.
But I don't think I was ever meant to be normal.
I don't think so either. You would not have been happy living a dull, uneventful life, dying in obscurity. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
A little.
When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
Grass is always greener on the other side.
It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
It's hard to imagine you as a moody youth.
Well, I was. Dreadfully morose. Surly. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. The chapel. I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason. And fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
And that made you feel better?
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest, but we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
Your priests have to choose to be priests, mages don't.
Not all priests choose their path. Some children are given to the chantry to raise and become initiates. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty. And there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
It won't be easy to live that way.
You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice.
Alright, let's see. I think the only person we haven't talked to is Liliana. Does she have anything to talk about?
I was just thinking about what happened to the elves, and I'm reminded of a song sung to me many years ago. It was when my mother died, and this wise elven woman comforted me and told me that we shouldn't fear death or hate it. Death is just another beginning. One day, we must all shed our earthly bodies to allow our spirits to fly free.
That is comforting.
It's a beautiful sentiment, I think. One that brings peace and hope to the grieving.
Wow, even Morgan's interested. Even if only mildly so. I feel like she's just gonna try to kiss me, but I'm not interested in her. She's an interesting lady. You would think because she's a ginger she'd be my type, but just a little bit too religious for my taste. It was lovely, though. I'm glad you felt like sharing with us.
Something I can help with?
We're talking about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the grand cathedral. It was magnificent.
Sorry, I didn't mean to burp at what you said. I've never been to Orlais.
If you get the chance, you should see it, at least Val Royeaux. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
Must have been a big change moving to Lothering.
I left behind much leaving Orlais, but there is more to life than dresses and furs. It is sad that many have lost sight of this. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
Are they ridiculous shoes?
Sometimes. About 10 years ago, all the ladies went mad for shoes with soles as large and heavy as bricks. But it isn't always that silly. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Oh, that sounds so lovely.
I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
Now I want to get you some fancy shoes. They're comfortable.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Well, fine. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's see.
Yes.
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 I think that's who we're bringing. Alright. Who's gonna assail us this time? Thank God it did save, though. Fuck. There aren't a lot of them. Goes berserk. Fuck you. Alright, is that everybody? Ugh. They did that to people. Nasty.
Lovely.
Just so delightful these darkspawn are. Wish I'd give you like an option like, hey, do you want to give these people a proper burial before you move on? But nope.
What are you doing in Haven? There's nothing for you here.
I have business here.
No, you do not. I would have been informed if someone was expecting a visitor.
Is there a brother Genetivi here?
Who? Perhaps revered Father Eirik will know of whom you speak. Unfortunately, he's ministering to the villagers at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
A revered father, huh? That's new. I wonder what this means.
It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition.
Very well, excuse me.
You may trade for supplies at the shop if you wish. Then I suggest you and your companions leave.
Did it just get a lot colder, or is it just me?
Not better than what's already had. Damn.
you up? Were you down? Chasing rabbits around the town. Come, Bonnie Lynn. Tell us where you've been. Come, Bonnie Lynn. We've a bed to put you in. It is soft, it is warm.
Going to steal all your plants.
Why are you smiling like that? You look suspiciously like the cat that swallowed the pigeon.
Canary.
What?
I look like the cat that swallowed the canary.
I once had a very large cat, but not my point. My point is, why are you smirking?
You were watching her with great interest, I might add. In fact, I believe you were enraptured.
She's our leader. I look to her for guidance.
You dork.
Oh, I see. So what guidance did you find in those swaying hips? Hmm?
No, I wasn't looking at, her hind quarters.
Certainly.
I glanced in that direction, maybe, but I wasn't staring. Or really seeing anything, even.
Of course.
I hate you. You're a bad person.
It seems like the Morrigan thing to say more than... When? But... he's such a dork. I love him. Love him to death. He's such a dork. Excuse me, small child.
Who are you? You shouldn't be here.
Who are you?
I asked you first.
I'm Tara.
Lowlanders don't belong here.
Well, fine. See you too. I'm really close to leveling up, huh?
Yes.
You're fairly close to leveling up.
Strange. A perfect little village, no? Almost too perfect.
I agree. It's fucking creepy here.
As you desire.
You taking your mushrooms? Ooh, a book. Now who's the dork? It me.
As you like.
What are you doing? That's private.
Oh, I apologize.
Who are you?
You're not from here.
Can you tell me about Haven?
How would you describe the place you know only as home?
Have you seen a man called Brother Genetivi?
No, I've never heard that name.
I should be going.
I think that is for the best.
I want to steal this guy's shit, but it won't let me. Can I give him a dual weapon? behind me. Just having a goof. Can we suddenly be done with that, or is it just there to be cool or whatever?
As you desire.
You hear that? There's people in the chantry. The whole town, maybe.
Maybe the whole town indeed.
Of course.
We are blessed beyond measure. We are chosen by the holy and beloved to be her guardians. This sacred duty is given to us alone. Rejoice, my brethren, and prepare your hearts to receive her. Lift up your voices and despair not, for she will raise her faithful servants to glory when her... I understand
Outsiders?
that you are new here.
What the fuck?
The common courtesy dictates that one shouldn't interrupt. No matter. We were just about done here anyway.
But, Your Reverence, we have not completed the sacraments of the Holy Mother or sung the invocation.
Be calm, Nodda. We have an honored guest. Surely the sacraments can wait.
How nightmarish to live in such a rural village. The only entertainment being priests who go on about the chant of this and that. Just once I'd like to walk into one of these places and discover a lively dance, or a drinking festival, or an orgy. But alas, no.
That is all for today, my children. I shall see you tomorrow. For now, I should see to our visitor.
There was no need to end the sermon.
It is better this way. Many of the villagers are uncomfortable in the presence of strangers.
Is there Brother Gentiva here?
We find outsiders disruptive. They bring others, and before long, Haven is changed. We will go to any lengths to prevent that. You understand a man's need to protect his family, don't you? Brothers, you know what must be done.
Really said fuck you, outsiders.
As you desire.
Ah, I really need is lagging right now during a fight.
Right then.
Move so I can get some fucking space.
I still remember my first day. For a little blood.
69 XP, nice. Be taking that. Ooh, you have quite a lot of coins. Thank you.
Lovely.
Let's just murder any and all outsiders. Says this guy for some reason. Fine, what about in the room across the way? Holy shit, hi buddy. We've been looking for you.
This won't take long.
Don't take long, because I can't open it. Brother.
Who are you? They sent you to finish it.
I'm Tara, I'm here to help you.
You don't know how glad I am to see someone who isn't from this village. The leg's not doing so well, and I can't feel my foot.
When can you help?
I can set the leg and ease some of the pain, but he'll need a lot of rest in order to heal.
I don't have time to rest now. I'm so close. The urn is just up that mountain.
I need to find the ashes. Arl Eamon gets sicker by the day.
The Arl is sick. Will he live?
I hope so.
The Arl is a noble soul, but the ashes will surely cure him. Haven lies in the shadow of the mountain that holds the urn. There is an old temple there built to protect it. The door is always locked, but I know what the key is. Irik wears a medallion that opens the temple door. I've seen what he does with it.
This medallion?
Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside and I will show you.
You sure you can make the journey?
It is not that far, and will you let me lean on you? For the urn, any pain is worth enduring.
Could you answer some questions for me first?
All right. What is on your mind?
Do you know about the knights who were sent to look for you?
Yes, of course. How could I forget? Irik said they were ambushed, some killed, a few brought back to Haven to be questioned. He was so self-righteous about it, so smug. He seemed pleased that he had tortured and murdered these men.
I'm so sorry.
There's nothing I can do but pray those men have found peace. Let's just talk about something else now, shall we?
I can't think of anything else to talk about.
So run along and get that medallion then.
Brother, I think you should know about Waylon.
Waylon? What about him?
They had him killed and imposters put in his place.
Oh, poor Waylon. I should never have dragged you into this. Make us take you into his hands, my boy.
Waylon died protecting your research.
He believed in me, even when I lost faith in myself. I will honor his memory. Was there something else you wanted to say?
I'm ready to leave for the temple.
Ah, good. Help me up here. I'll try not to slow us down.
Alright, I know we didn't play for super long today, but I think I'm gonna leave things here. If you're enjoying the videos, if you enjoyed the series, you know, what have you, feel free to hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you're feeling generous, maybe leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!